Alright, hello and welcome everyone to tonight's CEVO Season 3 placement matches. We've got a best of 3 between Army and United and Nexus Gaming. So this is pretty much the last match of the placements, I believe. Both of these teams are 3 and 2, so the winner here may likely advance into the brackets, but depending on what CEVO decides on, they may both actually be just out of reach. But either way, potentially a great game tonight. Looks like we're a little ways into the draft as I took a little longer getting set up than usual. But anyways, here we are. Let's take a look at it. We've got Hypno-Toting here drafting for Army and United, taking out the Naga Siren, the Weaver, as well as the Darkseer. He's going to go ahead and scoop up the Nyx Assassin as well as the OD. So, does secure the Nyx because against that OD, Nyx Assassin is very good. That mana burn will obliterate OD. His mana pool is so high. Nyx, with mana burn level 4, can do about 600 damage every 4 seconds to OD. So good pickup there. Together, we'll see what they can get done with it. As Taramis, drafting for Nexus Gaming, will take out the Batrider and the Wisp. So still valuing those two heroes very high, as well as the Visage, so maybe trying to
10 seconds
put down the aggression there as they take out the Visage. Very, very good support early on. The nuke damage from Soul Assumption, of course, always deadly, and they take out the Gyrocopter as well. They pick themselves up Timbersaw first, as well as Rubik. So Rubik's still a tier 1 support, but he does need some help in the lane. Maybe lacks a little bit of damage, needs a couple levels into that Fade Bolt before he can really be a threat. And then, of course, Spell Steal. Timbersaw, a hero that definitely doesn't lack damage, and when he hits level 6 with the Chakram, he is a killing machine. They changed him up a little bit. Now, if you get stunned, you won't follow the Timber Chain. So he went from Mega OP to just a little OP. So still a quality pick. Likely we'll see him mid, but not sure how he'll do against OD, as Abaddon there is the third pick by Taramis. The Aphotic Shield to Purge, of course, nice. Lifestealer picked up by Army Ants, and then the immediate Ursa pickup. So the burst damage from Ursa, definitely a counter of sorts to Lifestealer. The Fury swipes will go through the Rage, and Ursa can 1v1 Lifestealer through most stages of the game, especially with the help from Abaddon. And we'll see what the fourth pick is here, as we seem to have caught up in the draft. And looks like Jakiro as well as Darkseer took a ban out by Army Ants, so trying to limit the Wombo combo 5v5 Dota there. From Nexus, but doesn't seem like they're going for that. It's pretty much just maybe going to protect this Ursa, and then with the Timbersaw, get aggressive pretty early. Army Ants, though, they look a little better suited to go into the late game, as they do pick up the Nature's Prophet here. Likely to go off lane, and of course, he can go jungle as well. It's what makes him so great in his split push in the late stages of the game, with his teleport, as well as, you know, picking up a Shadow Blade, push out the lanes, and hopefully you don't die, but if you do, I don't know. Comes at a small cost of probably getting a tower or a tier 3, or your team push the tower somewhere else, so sometimes you gotta sacrifice on NP. But as for the lanes, we got Nyx and Lifestealer maybe gonna go aggressive, most likely defensive, as you do like to have some more ranged heroes in that aggro tri-lane. But Nyx and Lifestealer are very strong. OD probably going to head up in the mid lane, and Nature's Prophet off as we discussed. And let's see, they didn't really try to protect the OD. And Nexus Gaming, they're not going for the Razor, they're not going for the Kunkka, or anything that may actually win the mid lane. We'll see if Timbersaw will show his face there, as Shadow Demon will be taken out by Taramis. And yeah, now they ban the Razor out, so a little worried. Nexus not really showing their mid. It could be Timber. I mentioned that stun Timber Chain interaction. Now when you get stunned, you don't follow the chain, so as an offlaner that weakened him a little bit, but still pretty solid choice, especially so far. Just Nyx, Lifestealer, not a whole lot of stuns. And Taramis, they're gonna pick up the Pudge for the mid lane, but will he ever have mana to throw the hooks? We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe find a kill early and just get ahead of that OD. And for anyone watching tonight, either on stream or in game, thanks for checking it out. This is CEVO Season 3 placement matches. CEVO Season 3 has $1,500 in prize money available, plus some other hardware prizes. So make sure to check it out over at CEVO.com. Registration is open till October 17th, and then the Season 3 main, as well as open, I think start on the 18th and go onward, and I'll be casting that. Maybe some of you saw the Join Dota article for CEVO. I even got my name in there. I was lucky enough. Helped me out quite a bit as I've grown in followers immensely over the past couple days. As Army Ants United, they go for the Tide Hunter, so sort of a triple melee lane, but it looks like it's going to be defensive anyway. We'll see what they can get done with that. As Caillou does take the Pudge, so it is going to be going mid. Jiggy Fresh is their offlaner, so he picks up the Timber Saw.
Seconds remaining.
Alright, just still waiting for everyone to pick up their heroes here. As this is a best of 3, and if you are just joining us, this is game 1. Oh, camera controls.
You really should prepare for battle.
Believe it or not, I actually found time to play a game earlier, so my camera controls were different. So now we're all fixed up here. Hopefully the in-game is working. If anyone's watching in-game is on stream, let me know, because I changed the way I do the audio. But it should be working right now, as let's introduce the team. So Army Ants United will be on the Dire here. We've got Hypnotoading, their one role, going to be on that Nakes. Looks like he's going into the bot lane right now. Maybe just going to scout it out as 5 as they all run down there. We've got him supporting him, and likely the defensive tri-lane. We've got Rule on the Nyx Assassin, as well as 74 here on the Tide Hunter. Over to the mid lane, we find ourselves with Mike Lau, once again playing the OD. They seem to like this hero quite a bit. Seeing Mike Lau playing it. And then last but not least, we've got Java Hulk here on the Nature's Prophet. Looks to be going, looks to be heading up into the safe lane, but right now smoked up. We've got Rakudo on the Rubik, Teramis here on the Ursa, and Fallen on the Abaddon. I've been working on saying that correctly. They were so close to running into him. Of course, they don't know. Maybe they find him here. The smoke's still not breaking yet, and they do go ahead and ward out the Dire pool camp. So it's not really going to matter because, of course, Java is here. And do they go aggressive? The supports looks like they weren't discovered there, so they're going to go ahead and wait, try to gank mid, and give, of course, Pudge a nice advantage. He's one of the few scaling heroes in the game, and it's always great to get kills early on him. And at level 7, once you have Meat Hook at level 4 as well as your Dismember, you can really get rolling. Just to introduce him, that's Caillou there playing the Pudge. We met the supports, Fallen as well as Rakudo. Up top, we've got Teramis on the Ursa. And bot lane, Jiggy Fresh there on the Timbersaw. Solo safe Timbersaw. As the creep clash here in the mid lane, we've got Mike Lau. Early lasted advantage, as you might expect. Not really, though. Just 1 right now. As the supports being very patient, probably waiting for Pudge to just hit level 2. They haven't shown themselves yet, so maybe Mike Lau should be curious. But he goes forward very far. Now Caillou starting to chase. The supports come from behind. Caillou getting very low, but Mike Lau likely going to pay the price here. The Rot, the Aphotic Shield damage, the first blood to be drawn. Mike Lau goes down. Caillou is going to get it, so give him that first blood. They protect them. The supports are patient. And we'll see if it pays off, as Pudge just really needs to get up to that level 7. Maybe finish some Urn as well as Boots to be mobile around the map as we check out the bot lane. So it's an aggressive tri-lane, but at least they find themselves against 1 person. However, they're literally not going to be able to kill this 1 person. They only have 1 stun right now, and Jiggy Fresh likely will be able to get away. As, let's see, even getting a lot of XP, some last hits. He's 3-1 right now. We find Hypnotoading at 5-1 on the Nakes. And top, looks like the supports are coming back up. Nature's Prophet is a lane dominator as the Fury Swipes get going, as the Rakudo with the lift. Java Hulk looking to go down here. The second kill of the game for Nexus Gaming. They're coming out strong here. 2-0 lead as Teramis picks it up. The supports are rotating early, giving both their core heroes, the Pudge as well as the Ursa, early lane advantages. So Nexus, they looked pretty rough around the edges in the last couple games. Going into Season 2, which of course finished up a couple weeks ago, I thought they were going to be one of the teams to win it, make it all the way to the end. They've made some player substitutions and they switched up their roles, so now, as we see Caillou throw a questionable hook, they're looking to get back to that fighting shape. They've definitely struggled, got creamed by Swag, even dropped a game to, was it Rare Candy, that kind of surprised me as well. I would have put my rares on Nexus, But we'll see. They look to be feeling stronger tonight as they get to an early 2-0 lead in this best of 3. And of course, they put on the series indicators as they were that nice. So it is game 1, as you can see. Let's see. Hypno-toting. Level 3 right now, so doing pretty well and good in the levels. Jiggy Fresh at 4. The supports are leeching. They're in the aggro, so of course they can't pull. They can't get any extra XP like that, as you can in the defensive lanes. So the Nyx Assassin here is at level 2 right now. Of course you want that hero to be 6 to buy you some space. Try to gank up the Ursa. Although really in this game, probably gonna just... Rubik is really the only target he can go on. Like Ursa, he'll have the Vlads here in the next probably 5 minutes as Java Hulk in the top lane in a lot of trouble trying to TP out, but the burst damage is there. Abaddon, Fallen, gonna pick that one up. So make it 3-0 now for Nexus as the game getting off to a bit of action. About a kill a minute right now. But let's see here. What was I saying? The Nyx Assassin gonna be slow on the 6. And what heroes can he gank once he gets there? It seems like it may just be the Rubik. Of course, Abaddon, as he's 6, borrow time. Nyx can't really get him because he can't afford to wait around for that 3, 4, 5 extra seconds to finish off that gank. And speaking of ganks, Jiggy Fresh in the bot lane in a lot of trouble, running behind, juking into the trees right now. No mana, will likely go down. Where's the TP support? The supports don't have him. They're heading mid. They actually get the Dyer's Courier as well. Jiggy Fresh somehow juking away. Mike Lau, meanwhile, in a lot of trouble, looking to go down, and he will. Abaddon picking up his 2nd kill of the game. Abaddon, excuse me, I really need to get that straight. Abaddon picks up his 2nd kill of the game. It's going to be 4-0 right now, and Jiggy Fresh, he lives through that. The aggressive tri-lane sort of lacking stuns here, and of course reactive armor, 2 points in it, even putting 1 in the Timber Chain as a bit of an escape mechanism, as even though it's solo safe, he's facing a tri-lane. As let's see right now, we've got Caillou. Oh, who else was in the spectators? I didn't know there was someone else in here. We've got Caillou. Picked up the Invis Rune bot. He's looking for Hypno-toting. He's found him. 3 points in hook, level 5. No Dismember yet. As Jiggy Fresh still pretty low on mana, but Caillou being patient. Maybe they can put Rubik in that mid lane, get him some levels. TP's come down. That's going to be Rubik, so that's Rakudo. That's their stun that they need to get this engagement going, as Caillou's still lurking. Invis gonna run out pretty soon. Let's see if they try to latch. Will just throw it. Misses it, actually. Wow, was patient. I thought he was going to land it for sure. As, let's see, nice 2-man stun there by Rule. Will the gank fail? Rakudo wants it. It looks like Nyx, as well as Nyx, are going to get away. So a lot of time wasted. Caillou, a rare hook miss. He's a pretty solid Pudge player. Going in for another one. Diving a little deep. Doesn't have 6 yet. Throws the hook. Gets Nyx, just saying, I'll get you later when it counts and when I'm level 6. But meanwhile, this buys space for Mike Lau, who's now 23-6. Pudge, only 11-4. Of course, he's 1-0-1. If we go into the net worth, we will actually see that Mike Lau here is behind the Pudge. So far his mid lane is working out. And the top lane, Teramis, he's got phase boots up now. They're looking to push the tower, maybe even dive here. On to Java, 17-6 on that Nature Prophet. Not too bad. Will Sprout doesn't TP. They probably think he did. But now they will go back in. And Teramis, of course, 25-1. Java, actually just going to go back to the tier 2. Doesn't really get too far away from the lane, as he does want some XP. But now he's low on mana, can't sprout trees. He maybe could think about just jungling here, even jungling in the Radiant, as he needs to have a pretty big impact this game. Looks like 74 on the Tidehunter. Will go ahead and secure that haste rune for Mike Lau, who actually did go bottle. You don't normally see that on that hero. Normally you get the Tranquil Boots, or if you're going to build a mech, pick up the early Buckler, because of course using those items, since they cost mana, will proc your Essence Aura, which is a 10, 20, 30, and then 40% chance of restoring your mana based on your base mana. So pretty good spell. Helps on the push as well for your teammates, replenishing theirs. Well, opt for the bottle though. Of course, that's going to replenish your mana every time, as they look for the push on the tier 1. The siege wave is coming here in 8 seconds. Yeah, that one's already arrived. It's actually right there. So they probably will be able to get it if they continue to creep skip like this. Java Hulk is level 6 right now, so sort of the team fight online, although Tide only level 3 at the moment. If we look at the supports, we see Tide and Nyx, the aggressive tri-lane that's not really been able to, I guess, bear any fruit. They haven't got a kill, in other words. The lowest levels in the game, they're both 3, tied up there with Rubik, as Nature's Prophets actually gets a kill with his Wrath of Nature in the bot lane. So it looks like they did go on Timbersaw down there. Meanwhile, Terramis still looking to maybe take a fall. Will Earth Stomp, and Rule goes down. I don't know what that's called. Earth Shock. As gonna pick up early point in that to be aggressive. So the pretty standard laning Ursa build here, as Rubik will actually secure that kill on the Nyx assassin. Meanwhile, Caillou in the mid lane, he's back. He's level 6, 2 stacks of Astral on him. So of course, pretty low on the mana. Can't even throw a hook. He's got a total of 13 mana right now. So pretty useless. As wow, the Eclipse goes out. I didn't think anything was going to happen, but the Sanity's Eclipse gets dropped, and then Mike Lau will pick up that kill in the mid lane. Of course, we saw that he had 1 mana right now, so not a whole lot, taking a huge amount of damage from the Sanity's Eclipse.
Radiant's structures are beautifully fortified.
As Hypnotoading continues to farm though, so back to that one, 43 and 12 in the net worth. We find him here in second place. Ursa at 3,300, Hypnotoading on the Nyx at 3,200. So it looks like, wow, Army Ants actually expect the gold graph in their advantage. That's coming back. It's about even now as we see the net worths being dominated, maybe. 3 of the top 5 there. 4 Army Ants, OD, Nyx, as well as Nature's Prophet. Not really all that far behind the Ursa in the top lane. Oh, meanwhile, Dismember in the bot onto Hypnotoading will go through Rage for those that don't know. And they want to continue to chase this, but they're kind of lacking the stuns too. Long range Timber is losing 15% of his primary attribute. The health is reduced, but of course there's no stuns, so they really can't clean it up there. Treant's coming into the mid lane looking to maybe push a tier 1. Rakudo's there, wants to pick up some extra XP. Although the trees will just pull that creep wave away. Try to get the push. It looks like they're running back though. The creep that is. Now Caillou into the mid lane. Will we see a nice hook? Cross river, maybe. It is nighttime. I don't believe they have any wards. He throws it, will miss. Now maybe we'll just run. They're diving past the creep wave right here, so they've got to be careful. The Sprout will go out. Hook off cooldown here in 2 seconds. Caillou looking for that Nature's Prophet as this leaves Terramis up top. He's got Phase, he's got Vlad's. It's only 9 minutes and 40 seconds, so pretty good timing on those. Top of the net worth, so you would expect him to have them. And we'll see if he can find himself the space to get that Roshan, and then just go fight. As they've only got 1 tower, the top tier 1 bot, still pretty healthy, as well as mid. As the Treants, wow, spread out here, ready to protect their high ground. Or block the hooks, more likely why Java Hulk has them spaced out that way. As in the mid lane, Caillou sprouted up. They could be in trouble. 1 more level here, and Mike Lau is going to pick up his Arcane Orb as Lifestealer will go down. Hypnotoading, as I mentioned in the draft, Ursa, very good pickup versus the Nyx. Can burst him down quite quickly. It looks like they did there, making it 6-2. The gold graph we checked in, only about a 500 gold lead right now. Nexus was getting pretty out in front there. And XP as well, about 1,000 in front right now. Caillou, no mana, a total of 13. Yet again, he has got 1 intelligence. He doesn't need intelligence. Mike Lau, Sanity's Eclipse, he actually will get him still. And you can see that this matchup is not good. Pudge has a very small mana pool, low starting intelligence, and just with 2 or 3 Astrals right now, he has 1 mana. So yeah, it's hard for him in this lane. 1 Sanity's Eclipse is about all of his health, and he's fairly tanky, probably maybe up to 1,000 HP right now. As Java Hulk will get ran into. Terramis, slow fingers right there, will get sprouted. Probably should maybe pick up a Quelling Blade just to be able to chase down to that Nature's Prophet. As Jiggy Fresh, how's he doing on the farm? He's 32 and 2, that puts him in 4th place. And he's got Mana Boots, and he goes with the Void Stone first, so looking to finish the Perseverance. Normally you'll just see the Mana Boots right into the point booster, but we'll see. Likely building a Bloodstone, as Hypnotoading should be alright. And mid lane though, the Wrath of Nature goes out, maybe to damage Rakudo, but they're not even going to get him. 74 has hit 6, so that big radius, 1025 on the Ravage, is online right now. Rule, meanwhile, still only level 5 at 12 minutes. That's not terrible, especially considering the aggressive tri-lane. But of course he wants 6. And like I mentioned earlier, Rakudo about the only hero he can kill, I think. As Timbersaw will get Hypnotoading in the bot lane, as we see Ursa take out 74 on the Tidehunter. Looks like Caillou there, connected with the hook, with the Dismember. Jiggy Fresh applies the burst damage, and they take down Hypnotoading once again. That's his 2nd death He's 0-2-1 at the moment, and Fallen on the Abaddon 3-0-3 as Jiggy Fresh to creep skip, looking to push this bottom tier 1 tower as Nature's Prophet, Java Hulk, has picked up the Hand of Midas. So ready to get his farm on, and we'll see if he can't finish a Shadow Blade pre 20 minutes and get that split push rolling for the team. Lots of pinging going on. I think it's in response to the Roshan attempt here, maybe trying to say, did you ward, did you de-ward this? It looked like that was from Nexus themselves. As the Rosh attempt is going on. Wow, Caillou way out in front. They pop the Ravage. It even hits Teramis. Rakudo looking to go down. He's not level 6, is level 6, not able to steal the Ravage. Teramis will get the Rosh, so at the moment, definitely worth it. Storm coming. Fallen on the Abaddon, needs to throw an Aphotic Shield or a heal onto Caillou, who gets it. Caillou will actually live out of that engagement, so they take the Aegis, they kill the Rosh, Teramis gets the last hit there on the Ursa, and they only lose a Rubik, as well as Tide having to waste his RP, so, not RP, excuse me, Ravage. Haven't seen Tide in so long, it's like I don't even remember what that hero does. That's not really true, but Ravage, of course, still a great spell. However, although it is great AoE spell and stun, very tanky heroes. Of course, lifesteal up on the Ursa now. Pudge, rather tanky, although OD can definitely deal with him. Timbersaw, however, decent amount of intelligence, won't take as much damage from the Sanity's Eclipse. Also tanky. And Abaddon, with the Borrow Time, Aphotic Shields, and heals, pretty hard to kill. So Rubik, about the only target they can really go on and get him 100%. And he's the only one who drops in the last engagement. Hook out from Caillou. It's a good thing they took out the hook accuracy command here in Dota 2, because I don't know if this would be too good, but so far 1, 2, and 3 is level 9 right now, so doing a pretty good job. Hook goes out, will save Teramis, so I don't know if that's what he was aiming for. Maybe it was, as 3 make it 4 now in the mid lane for the Dire. Able to save that Ursa there. He does have the Aegis, you don't want to just waste it like that. You definitely do want to at least get a tower out of it, or win a team fight out of it, and not just feed it and then get away. It's definitely a big waste as the bot lane Caillou could be in trouble. Sanity's Eclipse drops in the mid lane, and that is the Aegis actually, so it does a fair amount of damage to Teramis, only at 29. And of course, with a couple stacks on him, he's about 1 or 0 mana or intelligence as well. We got 1, losing 10 intelligence right now. That's how much 1 stack does, so it definitely hurts. As Nyx still, no, he is level 6 actually. Looks like he used the Vendetta there in the mid lane. Will put a sentry down, maybe trying to de-ward there on the Ancient. I think he actually did de-ward. But they've got 1 mid as well, so putting the wards out for Pudge to land the hooks. The Dire gonna replenish their ward on the Rune as well. Radiant, nice one on the Rosh Pit. There's a sentry to de-ward. It's not quite in range though. That's only gonna get that one and that one. But meanwhile, more importantly, we've got a big engagement here in the top. Caillou could be going down. The Sprout there by the Nature's Prophet. They're even going to use the Ravage. It gets 2. Maybe not Rakudo, as he has stolen Rage, but the open wounds, they clean him up 9-6 right now. So Army Ants edging their way back into this game. Not that they were ever really out of it. A pretty sizable lead early on, about 3,000 gold. 5,000 XP there for Nexus, and it turns around. We'll see how low it goes here in a couple minutes. That's Hypnotoading. He's up to the phase. He's got the armlet as well. So some pretty big items. It looks like Mike Lau didn't go for the bottle, the tranquil, and the buckler. So definitely looking for the essence or procs. Java Hulk there on the Nature's Prophet with the Hand of Midas. And that about takes up the team. It looks like 74 going for the Urn, and then probably into Mana Boots Blink later on. And Rule, he's got Boots of Speed. We'll see what he goes for, either 4-staff Blink and or Dagon. But Teramis now in the mid lane looking to fight, turns around, will get Sprout again. And these trees are causing them a lot of issues. They really should just buy a Quelling Blade there. Oh, the hook right on top of that. Of course, Spike Carapace, very good spell. Looks like it will actually save Rule's life as he just healed up now. Super low. Teramis looking to fight here. Going to continue to get put under by Mike Lau. And this OD is just being a nuisance. There are heroes available to draft that could have maybe shut it down. The hook goes out. They get Tide over the cliff. Pudge going to clean it up. So they get 1. Make it 10-6. Tide goes down. Ravage wasn't online, but now that he's dead, it's definitely not online. Looking to push the tier 1 tower though is Nexus. And they should get it. The Dire there, we can see 3 of them pretty low. Hypno-toting, actually just maybe farming the jungle right there, as the tier 1 tower looks to be going down here, although maybe not. We've got Sanity's Eclipse. They've got the Fortify to maybe fight with the Sanity's Eclipse, but they're not going to go for it. Not feeling too comfortable about taking the fight there. And yeah, they let the tower drop. It looks like Rakudo there on the Rubik will last it. He's got the mana boots and a bracer, so maybe looking to buy some drums, as Jiggy Fresh, he's about 300 gold away if he disassembles the arcane boots to getting his bloodstone pre-20 minutes. Going to be very nice. That other big pre-20 minute item is going to be that Shadow Blade here for the Nature's Prophet. Where is he at? We'll see if he can get it. Power Treads Midas right now at about 18, so likely not, but maybe still 25 minutes or so. Get the split push rolling, as Jiggy Fresh, working to push out the lanes, has left the team. So these 3 probably should not be here because Jiggy Fresh is not. He's a big source of their damage right now, as well as Abaddon, big source of them sustaining in these team fights. So he backs off, and looks like the other 3 do so wisely. And the Radiant, they're looking to be aggressive. I don't know if their wards are out of stock or what, but maybe should be looking to ward maybe a little more aggressively, and of course always carry sentries, so if you are pushing, you don't let Rule get a triple stun, as he will here. Actually just gonna be 1, but here comes the Ravage. That's gonna get 3. They take out. No, they don't take out. Either he saves himself with Astral, or OD puts him under. Now looking to go Rule gonna clean it up there. Killing spree after taking out Rakudo. Teramis now in trouble, getting stunned out. The Aphotic Shield though doing work, gonna get it. Storm with the double kill after that one because of the Aphotic Shields. He needs another one. Teramis maybe gonna turn around now. I'd be surprised if he doesn't with the steal. Lifesteal from the Vlads, as well as the Aphotic Shield. Hook goes out, grabs a creep. So Caillou getting the last hits in the midst of the team fight, as now Hypno-toting could be in trouble. He's pretty fast with the phase. Teramis just needs 1 more, and actually the Aphotic Shield exploding. That's almost basically a triple kill. Took a bit of time, so give him a double, give him 1 more. He's unstoppable. Fallen on the Abaddon, 6, 0, and 5 mana boots. Basically has that mech finished as well, so he's going to be very annoying for Army Ants United, as the lead should be back in their favor. Only took a bit of a swoop here, making that Nike checkmark on the gold graph, and then XP. Something else, but it looks up to be about 7k advantage XP as well as the gold. So Nexus back in this game right now, and no items really on tide, as Teramis just goes in looking to be completely bonkers, I guess. Runs in another hook miss from Caillou, although it's blind. We'll go ahead and miss that one. Threads the needle right between them, as Jiggy Fresh getting jiggy with it up the hill. Whirling Death, looks like he may pay for it with his life. It's 1 for 1, a tied for the safe lane Timber, so probably not worth the trade, as now the Nexus may have to get out of here. They're being very aggressive, maybe a little too aggressive. You always want to try to push your advantage, but you don't want to push it too hard and then give the game back, as they like to be maybe taking it here in game 1. Of course, it is a best of 3 series, and of course, this game isn't over. I mean, there's still some very capable heroes. If you got the Nakes, pretty strong right now, working towards drums maybe with that bracer. And Mike Lau has the mech up as well for the teamfight sustain, but there's a lot of burst damage there with the Timbersaw. Hook goes out, another creep for Caillou. He'd be better off maybe just running in. Here comes Tide, no Ravage, they want to fight. It's 5 on 5 without the big spells for the Dire. They have that one, but it doesn't kill anybody. Not a stacks of Astral Imprisonment. Hypno-toting to drop. Rule before that on the Nyx Assassin. Caillou hooks a teammate, so at least he hit something that wasn't a creep, but not what he's looking for. As let's see, max range hook. No, doesn't have the Force Staff. He picks up an urn actually for his team. The hook. Force Staff lands on Mike Lau, gets him when it matters, and will pull him back with the Dismember onto a killing spree now, picking off Mike Lau, make it 19-8 here in game 1 as we approach 21 minutes. Now Ursa, he's got the Blink Vlad's phase going back for the BKB. Now Fallen, as we mentioned, I think that's the mech completed. Rakudo mech, maybe going for some drums or just a Blink Dagger next, and of course the Bloodstone was finished up at around 17 minutes, so Jiggy Fresh, 2 more charges on that, and another 1,700 gold. So I believe that takes care of everybody there for the Radiant. Over to the Dire. The Claymore's on board, so wow. Actually still farming pretty well, despite all the fighting. He's only 1, 2, and 3, so Java Hulk doing a decent job. 63 and 6, despite all the action. Looking to get up the Shadow Blade here at maybe about 24 minutes. He's halfway to the Shadow Amulet, already has the Claymore, so doing pretty well. 74 boots earn. Hypno-toting, we'll see what he goes with. That 800 gold and that bracer. Mana boots up on the Nyx. Maybe he wants to check into getting a magic wand. Or just at least the magic stick here. The team fights, get a little bit more mana, get one more stun off. Could help immensely as they will find the tide. Immediately Teramis goes in. Jiggy Fresh tries. Didn't even need him though, really. Teramis' burst damage right now. With 30 damage per attack extra, plus the already almost 200 damage he hits for. His burst damage is off the charts right now, as you would expect from an Ursa. Uh-oh. Alright, wow, he finishes it up really early. That Midas paying off, as well as maybe using his ult, pushing the lanes. He's picked it up at 22 minutes, so pretty nice timing, considering the way the game has been going. We'll see if that split push, that Rat Dota style, can get Army Ants United back into the game. Roche, meanwhile, it's up in about a minute's time, maybe less. Teramis is going to look for that Aegis, of course, one more time. As he's about 600 gold away from the BKB, but he might be discovered out here. Let's see what Rakudo got. Did he pick up? Where is he? He's down in the bot lane. He did pick up the Blink Dagger, actually, so looking to play Dendi style, maybe. Definitely wants to steal that Ravage. Blink Dagger going to make it possible. But he's going to need good positioning for it. Will find Java Hulk. There's not a whole lot of damage there. He's got Astral as well. Puts him under. Now Rakudo could be in trouble, but Jiggy Fresh looks to clean up here. Java Hulk just needs a Timber Chain. He finds it as a Hypnotoading goes out. The hook doesn't quite make it there in time. But either way, 21-8. And now it's a significant lead. 14k golden XP leads for Nexus, as it is 21-8. 707 leading the kills. There is the Abaddon. Net worth, however, 9,100 for the Ursa, who will be killing the Roche. Almost to that BKB, but doesn't really have a slot unless he sells his Stout, and that's definitely going to be worth it. We saw the blink already on Rakudo. Caillou, meanwhile, going for that Force Staff, trying to land a hook here as Jiggy Fresh goes travel with those boots he disassembled to make that Bloodstone that he's had for a while. Up to 12 charges now, and with no really big items coming out here on the Dire, they definitely just need to turtle up, try to defend this aggression, and we'll see if they can get it done, as it looks like the split push is starting here in the top lane. Mike Lau with the mech, as well as Java with the Shadow Blade, and TP's on both, so if they need to go back, they're trying to get a tier 2 for a tier 2, which is going to be a solid trade if they're behind, of course. There is no Fortify actually here, and I think they may decide to just base race it. They're not really too worried about losing the tier 2. Despite playing against the Prophet, they're pretty convinced if they get this tower low or take the tower by the time the team gets back, there's no way they're going to lose the ensuing team fight. So let's see if that is indeed true. Tower getting low. Fortify not an option. They're trading a tier 2 for a tier 3. Rakudo blinks forward. Gets Nature's Prophet. Hook to land on Jiggy Fresh. Dust goes out. Tower to drop to the creep. Rule and Fest Bomb on the backside. Two-man stun. Hypnotoading pops out 74 with the nice Ravage. Sandity's Eclipse as well. They land everything, and there's still only a Rubik Dead. Hook out onto the Tide. It looks like they will get him. Jiggy Fresh follows up with the burst damage. One more Whirling Death will get him. Caillou lives. Meanwhile, on the backside, we've got Fallen going to town. Where is our Ursa? He's even further back in there, going on Hypnotoading right now. Will be put under yet again. Jiggy Fresh coming to help out. Timber Chain's doing the damages. Rule looks like he will live. 74 now. Teramis being kited around a little bit. Hook back onto the friendly again. Caillou hooking the teammates right now. Aegis, they got it. They want to get the racks. They back up for it. Let's see what happens here. It is going to be 5-on-4. Rubik's still not there. And now the BKB from Teramis. Looks like he picked it up from the fountain. From his stash there at the enemy base. Mike Lau to drop. Jiggy Fresh now dominating. Java in trouble as well. That's on cooldown, the Shadow Blade. 3-man Impale, but is it going to be enough? The hook is available from Caillou. Wants to hook someone. Actually will miss the Nyx. Pretty nice dodge there. As the racks now still getting a pretty low. It will maybe go down here. Yes, it looks like it will. Jiggy Fresh low. Meanwhile, top gets the tier 3 tower. Java is pushing away on the Nature's Prophet. There's a hook. Gets it on Mike Lau. No mana, and it's on cooldown as well. The Dismembered. Rule likely to drop here. Will go down. Lifestealer at the end of the day will clean up Teramis. He drops.
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And now the tier 3 takes a bit of damage there against the
It cannot be stated firmly enough that
yeah, damage onto the tier 3 from the Nature's Prophet. So doing a lot of work to it, but they lose the racks in the process. It's not a great trade, but they're behind, so I don't know. It's definitely not great for the Dire, but at least it's down. Maybe the next team fight, if it's outside of the base, Nature's Prophet could get a Rax and square it up, each team with one lane of Rax. Well, really just the melee Rax. The range doesn't really do too much, and will likely fall from the wave just pushing in. As we find 74 and Mike Lau, though, trying to push it out. Make sure that doesn't happen. And of course, these creep give less gold, so losing a Rax at 27 minutes really takes, I guess, a sixth of your farm away. And it's the 3 lanes being 3 lanes, it halves the gold, so I guess that's about a sixth of your farm opportunities to drop. But of course, they're a lot harder to kill, takes more time, kind of harder to get the last hits, so maybe even more than that. But it's a pretty big effect, especially early on. As looks like we've got a decent amount of viewers here for the CEVO stream, so do indeed make sure to check out the link that Spangler just put in the chat. It's about CEVO Season 3, and you can read the information there about it, so make sure to upvote that and get the word out. As this looks like a 5-man push now coming in the mid lane. They just want to go ahead and get this game over with here on Nexus. They're very far ahead. Looks like the gold has leveled off there at about 10k, XP at about 15. Nature's Prophet will continue to split push bottom like a Nature's Prophet does, as Nexus now decides to rotate top, and they just want to go ahead and get this last tier 2 tower out of the way right now. Fallen maybe working towards that Sange for the Heaven's Halberd with that. Could maybe be going BKB. It would be an interesting item for Abaddon, because I don't believe you could shield yourself. But he reveals himself, gets hit by the tower, Jiggy Fresh as well, with the reactive armor. Bloodstone up to 15 charges. Looks like he's going, is that going to be Shiva's right now? More than likely. Yeah, he's got the plate mail as well. So Shiva's finished right now on Jiggy Fresh. So looking to definitely do a lot of AoE damage, disrupting there, slowing down any of the attack speeds. Less arcane orbs, less big hits here from Hypnotoading as he goes back to the base. They're trying to gank him. Will get hooked. It's canceled. The Dismember to follow up. Here's the team. Termis blinks in. Hypnotoading to drop. Does he have buyback? No, he does not. That very well. That pickoff could be the end of the game, as now the Radiant are here. They want to push. Will they defend bot, though? They lose the tier 2. They might want to just try to base race this. Looks like Abaddon will go back. No Jiggy Fresh. Colors are hard as he goes to chase. Maybe he's got the gem, but of course Nature's Prophet can just TP out of there, and he doesn't deny the tower either, so maybe should have just focused on denying the tower. And now he's I guess he's got travel, so I'll push the lane out a little bit here, chase down these trees, or just farm and get back to the team in about 30 seconds as they maybe want to fight. Snakes Lifestealer is down, so they definitely want to push while that big source of damage there for the Dire team is on the deck. It looks like he was going for a Desolator with the 2 Mithril Hammers picked up. Another hook to whiff. Of course, Ravage, Sanity's Eclipse, all online. Wrath of Nature coming up in, let's see, 2 seconds. So every ultimate online right now for Army Ants United, as well as Lifestealer back alive. Caillou, though, looking to get the team fight started with a nice hook. Pull someone outside of the base. We'll see if he can land it. Nope. Can't. But either way, I think they can kind of just stand here. They didn't even die to the full combo of abilities, the Wombo combo of swords that they have. Termis goes in with a BKB onto Mike Lau. Will force staff away. They need to go back, focus the tower. They'll do just that. Hook there onto Tidehunter. If he goes down, he will Ravage, but it only hits 3. And will it be stolen? Let's see. What did he get? He got Rage, interestingly enough. I thought he stole from Tide, but did not. Jiggy Fresh way back there diving the tier 4s. Maybe we'll go down here. The open wounds goes out. Hook to safety from Caillou won't latch. The Timber Chain, though, isn't long enough. And of course the mid tower will go down. Termis gets it, and now they want to fight maybe. The ultimates have been used. The Ravage, the Eclipse, Wrath of Nature. They pick up Hypnotoading quickly. The hook throws it. Will get the Nyx. And he dies instantaneously. 29-10 right now. So Nexus definitely dominating here in game 1. As they have to clean up the range. They're going for the ranged here over, you know, another melee Rax, which is interesting. But now they go back for it. Of course, Nature's Prophet wasn't ever really there. He just wants to split push. Doing the best he can right now, trying to get a Rax out of this. The tower pretty low, but he's doing the best he can right now. Fortify to be popped. All the outer towers are down, so don't be surprised if Nexus here just rotates top to try to get the Megas. as
That
drums
seems like it might be a significant
picked up here on 74, the Tidehunter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Or they'll go, no, they're going for the fountain kills. No items yet, but
Dire's middle
of course this doesn't drop items, but maybe one day. Caillou now, unstoppable. Apparently you don't need to land hooks to go unstoppable on Pudge, as they're definitely tower diving, fountain diving rather. 30-10 right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But either way, if anyone's watching here for the first time tonight, this is CEVO Season 3. These are the placement matches to try to get into main. So, I guess you kind of missed that. I believe there's an application process to directly apply to main if you can prove you're a solid team, and will show up for the event, of course. And then there's Open, which that registration is currently open until October 17th. So make sure to sign up for that. Should be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of great teams in Open as well as main. So lots of great competition. So if you're interested in playing in a competitive atmosphere or in a league that's very structured, great admins as well, and I'd say a pretty good caster. We'll see what happens. But of course, I'm Helium from FMBP Dota. Make sure to follow the Twitch. If you liked what you saw, I'll be bringing you the rest of this best of 3 tonight. Shut down the stream maybe for a bit, and then some late night NEL action, the NA Dota 2 Elite League. Peace.